Hello, welcome back, traders. Welcome back to the channel. It's Robert here. I have not made a video in a long time, and I just wanted to let everybody know that I am back in trading, and I'm going to be trading full time. So I will be on my Discord, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about some of the things that I've been going through, and some of the things that I'm really kind of working on or whatever. Because coming back to the trading, um, I made a decision I made a decision, first of all, to come back full time, which sounds crazy because, like, why would you come back full time if you're not a profitable trader yet? So I'm going to tell you why. The reason that I decided to come back full time and go all in on this venture is because I personally believe that it requires that kind of commitment in order to make it work. So, as you guys know, if you've been following me for any length of time, I had a side business. I had another business that I did affiliate marketing with. I did that for since 2020. My wife had helped me, and there were all kinds of things that we sold through ClickBank and through private affiliate networks, and we did relatively well with it. But I want to be honest with you guys. I didn't feel good about what I was selling to people. I didn't feel good about make money online. I didn't feel good about astrology and all this other stuff that we sold. Now, the reason is I didn't go into that. I didn't go into that situation thinking, oh, I'm going to sell astrology products. This is not how, or make money online. It's not how it came to be. What happened was I built an email list that I paid to build. I bought solo ad traffic and whatever. I bought Facebook traffic and I brought people into my list, and I learned something that was very, very critical. It's an important thing in life that I had to understand. The people that I had collected on that list, they had wants and they had needs and they had things that they wanted and desired and stuff that they wanted to buy and stuff they wanted to learn about. What they wanted to learn about and what they wanted to buy had literally absolutely nothing to do with what I wanted to teach and what I thought I would be doing in this venture, where I was going to be bringing people in and helping them in their personal development journey or something of that nature. That is not the way that it came to be. Because once I've invested a certain amount of money, and we're not talking about like $10 or $100, we're talking about thousands of dollars. Once I invested a certain amount of money, I realized that in order to get my money back, I had to do what was necessary and sell them the things that they wanted to buy. So that's what I did, and that worked out okay for me, for a period of time. But I'll be honest, I didn't really feel great about it. I didn't feel great about the fact that I was selling things to people that I didn't think could actually help them anyway. So anyway, my wife and I made a decision that we would close that business up because it's not really in line with what I'm trying to do as a person. But it also would free me up to give me more time to focus 100% on the trading, because I know that I'm close, right? I know that I'm close to being profitable. I've had extremely good runs in the past, and I wanted to figure out what it is that I can do to change. So looking back into my journals, when I look back into my journals, I could see that there were things that needed to happen. Biggest thing that I saw in my journals, the biggest thing is that I was scared. I was scared to hold the position. The other thing that I saw, and this is even more important than holding the position, is the entries. The entries are absolutely crucial. You have to enter well. You have to. There is no entering crazy. You have to enter well. You can see some of my entries here on the screen right here. And I'm down in the bottom. This one I chased up a little bit, but now I'm trying to get back into the bottom of this range, maybe even a little bit lower, which is the edge of this unfinished auction, just to see if we can get a push back to the upside, since we just had such a strong momentum yesterday through the regular hours session, actually earlier today through the RTH. Let's see if they can hold some of that and keep it going, which they have so far. But being able to enter well gives me the ability to have the confidence to be able to hold the position. Now, on the other side of that, I know if I've entered poorly and I need to get out quickly. So I'm okay with scratching because I know that I'm not entering well. Maybe I get in late, I chase something down, I make a mistake, I get out. I just go ahead and flatten the position, scratch the position, because it's not the kind of entry that I really want. And doing that, just working on getting my entries right, just working on being able to limit in on the edges of these rotations and the edges of the bigger distributions, just being able to limit in there. So you put your limit out, you wait, and it fills, hopefully, or you miss it. But what you don't do is chase it up like I did here. You see, I got out of this early, which early for this was like, it was like 8 or 9 handles anyway. But now I'm still in these that are better entries down here on the bottom. And if we pull down a little bit lower, I'll be in a good spot here to pick a couple more contracts up as well. But as you can see, entering is everything. If I get my entries right, then I can go ahead and have the confidence to try to be able to hold some of those positions to get a real rotation out of them. I'm not talking about it went 2 or 3 points, get out right away. I mean, talk about trying to get the other edge of the rotation to get out of the core position and then hold runners to go even farther. Or if it's really on fire and you know by watching for a long time whether or not the market is on fire, hold the thing for more. But that fear of not being able to hold the positions, the fear of going into a position and immediately having doubt attack me, oh God, this is going to work. Immediately having that narrative in my head, I had to change that. I have to change that narrative and I have to do something different and have confidence and faith and hope in what I'm doing instead of, being like negative and having that negative kind of feeling while I'm in the position. That's what I'm working on, is getting rid of that and having no fear, just sitting in this thing and waiting to see what happens. There's no need to be scared. As long as I have my stops in place and I know what I'm doing with my risk management, everything should be fine. And the next thing that I did, and I want to show you this, over here in this corner, you can see these are all the orders that I have up. I have 2 different things going on. I have Apex down here and I have Take Profit Trader up here. So you can see that on my positions window, I've cut the P&L off. I have no idea what the P&L on these positions are, but I just see how many are on in each account. And I did the same thing with Take Profit Trader. I have one that's doing a multiple here for the 50K accounts in this particular run with these 5 accounts. So it's doubling everything that I do. So I can see that that's actually happening. And then the next thing, I'm not looking at every single order that's over here. But what I am doing is if I'm flat and I have no positions on over here, I want to make sure that the screen is empty and there's no ghost orders hanging somewhere to mess me up. That's another huge tip. I just used it today because when you're copy trading so many accounts across different platforms, you're going to have errors in the copy. And sometimes you might get a ghost fill. Sometimes it might not fill correctly or whatever. You have to be on top of that. I also have RTrader going on another computer separate with risk management, having stops in place, both for the time of day. I want the positions to be flattened at a certain time according to the rules or whatever prop firm you're using. For Take Profit Trader, it's all the way up through until 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So I flatten them 5 minutes before. And also flatten them if they hit a loss limit based on the size of the account that I'm trading. I have those in place no matter what, just in case something goes completely haywire, or if I hit it myself, that they get stuck for the day and that's it. They're off and there's no more trading going on. They just get cut off at that point because that way at least I'm not drawing down the entire amount or blowing out the account. So I hope some of that makes sense and some of that can help you. Basically, I'm looking at not being scared. I'm looking at entering well, and I'm looking at holding through rotations and playing it like in an objective way. For example, in this position right now, I'm in this position right now. Let's see if you can see this on the DOM. Let me put it up here for you. So I'm in this position now. I'm waiting to see if we come back. I'll fill more below. I have 2 contracts on right now. And, it did make a nice little run, and I took a couple of them off. And now we're pulling back down into somewhere around the entry, which is to be expected. I mean, this is what I expect this to do. I don't need to freak out about the fact that it's coming back a little bit. If I was really bold, I'd try to be adding here like somewhere around 4 or maybe into this negative delta here between 2 and 3. But I'm not. I've already got a couple on, and I'd like to see if I can run them to the other side of this bigger distribution, which you can see if I bring that up over here, up into the top of this up here. If I can bring that to run all the way up into the like 22, 25 area on ES, that would be nice. But if not, that's okay too. And either way, it'll be fine because it's a probabilities thing. Not all the trades work out. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. I don't need every single trade to be a winner, to be profitable trading futures. So I hope some of that can help you guys. Listen, down in the description, you're going to find a free link to go to my Discord. There's also a link down there for Trade Pro Academy where you get, I think it's like a 25% discount. I don't remember. If you're looking to learn how to trade futures, which with distribution theory or auction market theory, and also order flow tools, the same way that I learned to read the market and trade. That's the first step. You need to learn how to read the market. And there'll be other links down there too for Take Profit Trader and Apex and everything else. But leave me a comment below. Let me know what you're working on. I'm glad to see you guys. For all the people that I left hanging, I'm back. I'm going to do some videos here and there when I can. And I'll talk to you guys in Discord.